Yo, what's up? Today I'm talking about the 10-second rule, the key to cold approach. All right, if you're new, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new, please smash that subscribe button and hit the notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, the 10-second rule, the key to cold approach. So I was inspired to do this video from FitX Fearless. So FitX Fearless is a dating coach on YouTube, successful guy, has about 500,000 subscribers. That's a lot. And he said this one time, and he put out a challenge to his viewers. And he said, I challenge you to approach 7 women, not on dating apps, out when you're out, 7 women within 7 days, but you only have 10 seconds to do it. So you have 10 seconds to tell your brain, go up and approach this woman. So I thought, that's absolutely fantastic challenge to viewers. So I will encourage you, drop a comment and let me know what happened. So I will challenge you 7 days, 7 approaches, and you have 10 seconds to go up to her. So I decided to do this. And I mean, I'm used to socializing with women, so it wasn't difficult for me to do. But that 10-second thing was like fucking mind fuck, because I usually would overthink it and go, oh, maybe she's with somebody or maybe she's waiting for somebody, blah, blah, blah. So all I did was, whether I'm in a grocery store, walking down the street as examples, and I see somebody that's attractive, that gets my attention, and then boom. I don't even have time to think of what the fuck am I going to say, right? So what's awesome about this challenge is you start getting really good at improv, right? I wish I did that as a kid and doing comedy improv, because it's so powerful in your interactions with people because you don't know what the situations are. So it was a little rough at first because I had no time to think, right? But it's just a great practice to start doing because you're just in the spur of the moment. So I would just go up to her and I would say, hi. And then she would say, hi. I would not ever say, by the way, don't ever say, excuse me, because they're going to think, oh, he must be homeless. He's asking me for some money or something, right? So I never say, excuse me. I say, hi. And then she says, hi. And I'll say, well, I thought to come over and introduce myself. You're pretty. And I thought, you seem interesting. As simple as that. It doesn't have to be in those exact words, but just like straight up, boom. I thought to come over, introduce myself. You seem interesting and you're pretty. That's it. So for example, last night, I go out to dinner on my own. I fly solo a lot of times. So I am in this Latin club. I see this woman sitting on a couch, and she caught my attention initially. Okay, I didn't do it in 10 seconds, but I grab my wine, I walk over, and I said, hi, do you mind if I sit here? And she said, no. And I looked over to her. I said, look, you're very pretty. And I actually purposely came over to sit down and have a conversation with you and introduce myself. Boom, just right out of the gate, straight up. And she just put a big smile on her face. She's like, oh my God, thanks. And it's as simple as that. Guys, like the 10 seconds is like so powerful because it just forces your ass to not overthink. That's the big thing, right? Is when you have more than 10 seconds, you start to overthink and you go, oh, maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe this, maybe she won't like me, blah, 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 blah. So I do this all the time in grocery stores for practice. I don't go in expecting to get a phone number, but I do this for practice. I'll like, as soon as I see somebody, I'll say, oh, hi. And within less than 10 seconds, I could pick out something that they're wearing that I can comment on. So I'll say, I really like your shoes. Did you buy them here in Atlanta? Because I live in Atlanta. And she'll say something. So I will also give you a little tidbit on this, that as a quick, it takes a few seconds, man. And now I'm just so good at this. If she doesn't have a big smile on her face, she's not into you. So you will see that in a very, very few seconds. You make a comment. If she's got a flat, like no expression face, bounce from that situation because she's just not into you. Versus she's got a big smile. The bigger the smile, the more into you she will be. And they don't even subconsciously know this. So that's why if I approach someone and they don't have that big smile, I usually just exit from that situation. But if they have a big smile, like what happened last night, and I sat down and she had this big smile, so I continued the conversation. But I've also, about a month ago, was in a restaurant that eventually turns into this nightclub. It was a Latin place. I approached 4 different women that night that were like beside me to order a drink, and I would say something random like, "Oh, I really like your nails," or you smell not smell delicious." Sometimes I say that. So I'll say, "Oh, I really like your perfume. What are you wearing?" But 4 times I got rejected. And the reason why I knew I got rejected is because they did not have that big smile. They kind of looked at me, they gave an answer, turned away. And so that is a key indicator when you do the 10-second rule, is that if she's not smiling, then you know she's not into you. But regardless, it's just really good practice. It's fantastic. And I'm glad FitX Fearless said that. So drop a comment if you try this 10-second rule, 7 approaches in 7 days, okay? Try it, leave a comment, let me know what you think. By the way, your approach doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you don't creep them out, you're not weird, you don't approach them from behind, don't ever do that. And don't go up to them and say, "Excuse me." Just go straight up to them and say, "Oh, hi." And then they will say hi back. And then you can just simply say, "I think you're very pretty, and I wanted to come and introduce myself." That's it. That's it, man. So drop a comment if you actually try this and what results you get. And the last thing I'll leave you with is I've done videos. I've said this in my videos before, and I actually did a video specifically on Instagram. So last thing is, let's assume you do the 10 seconds, right? And she acknowledges, she's got a smile on her face, and you're like, shit, she's interested. Excuse me. I was sick for like last week. I've had this cough for 2 weeks. It drives me crazy. So, anyways, so you're engaging in a conversation. Well, do not speak to her very long. So you're a busy guy. Well, that's what you need to tell her. You say, "Hey, look, I'm meeting up with some friends. I have to run, but would you like to connect on Instagram?" Use Instagram instead of a phone number, unless she says, "Well, I'd rather give you my number." Okay, fine, take the number. But Instagram is great. Go check out my video that I did on why Instagram is the best thing to uh, exchange contact information from. And so, but most importantly, I want to know if any of you guys have done 7 approaches, 7 days, you got 10 seconds. All right, we'll see you next time.